Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Disregard my wax boxes back here that I no longer have room for in my closet. Today I am bringing you guys a couple different hauls. The first one that I'm bringing to you guys is a Kay's haul. It's not very big. I have two customs in it. One of her original like oil scents in a Cuts bag, and then a few different clamshells of new scents that she's carrying. So I'll do the customs first. How about that? My very first one that I'm so excited about that I feel like turned out super, super well is called Fright Night. I'm wearing, on purpose, a new shirt that I got from the Halloween, is it the Halloween t-shirt company or Spooky Halloween t-shirt company? I have been loving their t-shirts so much. That's the bottom of it, yeah. I have a few of them now and really love them. So anyways, I wore that because of this scent. So Fright Night kind of came about because if you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook or anything, you'll know that I'm really obsessed with Halloween. I love spooky season, haunted house season. I just feel like it's a season that you don't have to spend too much money on, but you can have a lot of fun, and there's no expectation of gifts, and there's no, there's no expectation that, like, family has to, like, fly in and all this. Oh, sorry, I just kicked my tripod there. Or that there has to be, like, there's just not very many expectations. It's just fun. And it's, you know, being spooked, and I love haunted houses, going through and just being scared and being, I don't know, somewhere else besides, like, everyday life. I don't know. There's more that I could say, but I just love Halloween so much. So I've already done a couple like fall/Halloween scents with Kay's. Haunted house season is one of them. I love that scent so much. I'm so thankful that Carla helped bring that to life. You know, we have our ideas of what we want to do with our customs, but then she makes them, you know, absolutely amazing. So this one actually started with her single oil black currant absinthe is one that I have melted ever since I started melting with Kay's. It's one of my favorite oils. I actually melted it last year on Halloween because it's always smelled like a spooky, deep, rich, earthy, like slightly, like there's like a deep black currant scent to it also. So it's fruity, but in a very deep way. And I've always loved it. That thing throws like 20 out of 10. It's crazy. But I was trying to think of how to make it like more Halloween versus just like almost witchy or almost, like when I smell blackcurrant absinthe, I think of like vampires and witches, like very deep, dark, and I love that too, but I kind of wanted to put like a fun twist to it too, to make it more all around spooky season Halloween also, because within Halloween there's candy and there's kids in their costumes and just fun, cute stuff going on too, so I kind of wanted to do that, and then I called it Fright Night. So, blackcurrant absinthe, I did in this one, because it's a very strong oil, I did 15% blackcurrant absinthe because, and it's still the strongest note in here. So, blackcurrant absinthe, and then 50% pumpkin caramel crunch. Now, pumpkin caramel crunch oil to me is mostly caramel. There is just a touch of like this roasty pumpkin seed note to it, and the tiniest bit of spice. So it's very sweet, but and if you know me, I don't love caramel scents, but I really wanted that strong caramel to balance out the deep smokiness, like deepness of the blackcurrant absinthe to kind of lift it into something more fun. And then I put in 35% of marshmallow fireside. So I thought this would add, because marshmallow fireside to me isn't a very strong oil, I thought it would help to maybe water down the blackcurrant absinthe a touch, add a little bit more smokiness and a tiny bit more sweetness that's different than caramel, if that makes sense. So anyway, I got this yesterday in the mail and I smelled it, and I already melted some last night too. I just can't even believe like what this is. This to me is a spooky Halloween night. Like this is perfection for the name, what I wanted it to be, like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So I absolutely get blackcurrant absinthe the strongest. So I'm glad that I did 15% of that. I could have even done 10%. It's very strong. But I absolutely get that pumpkin caramel crunch in there also. You get the caramel sweetness, caramel, the teeniest bit of that like pumpkin, like that spice, and then the roastiness. And the marshmallow fireside is there just enough, like I said, to tame it a little bit, add a tiny bit of smokiness. But this, you guys, like I got it yesterday in the mail. I only ordered this last week, so no cure time involved. It is a 10 out of 10, like strength, because of that black currant absinthe. But also, pumpkin caramel crunch is a strong oil too, so. If you guys like mysterious, spooky, earthy, but also fun scents this Fright Night, like I'm not trying to like sell what I made or whatever, but I just think a lot of people would appreciate this. It's so good. I just am so thankful to Carla for making this come alive, because this is absolute perfection. So between this and Haunted House Season, like those are like my spooky season scents. So I'm so thankful for that. And then next in her cuts, this is just her oil. I just love it so much, and I'm almost through another cuts bag of it. I've thought about putting it in blends, and I just can't think of any blend that would make this better, or would make it like. I mean, I put this in one blend. I put it in Where To Next, and I think it was with Lord of Misrule, and oh crap, I can't remember what the other note was. And it was good, but this by itself is just so complex. This is her tobacco leaf and amber oil. Oh my gosh, this is just, oh, it's so good. This is a little bit sweeter tobacco scent, but there's no cherry to my nose at all. It's like, yeah, it's ambery. It's almost like tobacco flower and tobacco. Amber and like sweet tobacco. But it's still so earthy, and this is just like, it's a loving tobacco scent. I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's just it's beautiful, and it's cozy and comfortable. And it throws every time, and it's beautiful. Like, this is like a staple scent from Kay's for me. I don't think I can ever be without this. It's one of those scents where I just don't want something sweet. I just don't want something minty that night. I don't want something like, super clean or anything. I just want to like feel good. And so that's what this is, and I love it. It's beautiful. And then my last like custom, I have this melting in my kitchen and family room right now because I didn't want to tell you guys about it until I smelled it on warm also. So something that happens sometimes with customs is they don't always come out great, and it's not Carla's fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's, you have an idea and it doesn't always come out super well. And I think this doesn't smell on warm. It smells better on warm than it does on cold. This one I called Sail Around the World. I used her Rustic Woods and Rum oil, which is a little bit newer to her website. I love that oil. It's another tobacco scent, but it's a much drier, less sweet tobacco scent than like tobacco leaf and amber. It almost, like a few different waxies have said, like it almost smells like a pirate scent, because it's like this smoky rum, aged wood, like beaten down by the sun kind of scent. It's so good on its own. It's so good on its own. There's no problem with it on its own. But I wanted to blend it with something to maybe add a touch of, like a twist of something to make it either like sweeter or juicier or something. And my first thought was to blend it with blood orange. And I think maybe that would have been the better choice. I ended up blending it with Bartlett pear to add like more juicy sweetness to it. And it ended up not being what I want. Like, it smells good. Don't get me wrong. It does smell good. It's just not something... It's the pear with that really aged rum and wood almost makes the pear smell old. Like, almost makes because I've had her Bartlett pear oil, and it's good. It's a great oil. And I've had her Rustic Woods and Rum, and it's a great oil. So it's neither of her oils. It's not anything she did. It's them together. And sometimes you don't know that until you put them together. And most of the times with customs, I have her single oils and I've already melted them together and I know that's what I want. This one was a guess. And so it didn't turn out fabulously. But I think Rustic Woods and Rum is such a strong oil that I don't get a ton of pear in here, but the pear that is in here almost makes like it smell like it's an old, overripe pear. Like it needs to be put in the garbage. But because, like I said, it's mostly that Rustic Woods and Rum, I think I can blend this with something and it'll be totally fine for me to end up, melting the rest of it. But it's very strong. I do suggest trying that Rustic Woods and Rum oil by itself if you like those types of like aged scents, because it is so, so good. And I love scents that really evoke like environments like that, and this one really does. So I still in the future, I might get, that blood orange oil again. I've had it before, by itself and blend it with this and see how I like it. Or something like that. It would even be good with like a really salty scent. So maybe like Swedish Dream Salt, or she has one called Sea Minerals and Oud or something like that. It might be really good with that. I don't know, but I know that it's going to be good with something. I just have to figure it out, but it's also amazing on its own. So anyway, sorry, long speech there. Okay, and then I just got, how many clams do I have here? 6 clams. The first one I'm melting right here in my room where I'm sitting. This is a new one that Carla made up, and there was a little note on the invoice here. This scent, Hey Sailor, is a tribute to Connie's dad, and she lost her dad, was it last year? Yeah. Yep. And they put, my mustache broke on it. It was broken when I got it. It was just from the mail. But he always had, I guess, the mustache. The mustache is like her dad's, is what it said. So I saw Carla post this scent on her page in Facebook, and I was like, that sounds amazing. So let me tell you what's in it. It's her black sea oil, winter linen, and black currant absinthe. Now, winter linen is a kind of a laundry oil. It's not my favorite, but it helps blend things to, like, meld things together. And it's something that's like a gentle laundry that can really tame other things and bring them together. I don't know if that makes sense. But Black Sea is a very strong oil, like by itself. And we've already talked about black currant absinthe. Holy moly. So there's a lot of winter linen in here, which is good. I get winter linen first, then Black Sea. I get hardly any black currant absinthe, so they probably didn't put much in here. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So I have it melting in my room, and I had to get all 4 of my kids ready for school this morning and get them off, and they're out to school now, but I kept walking in and out of my room, and every time I walked in, I was like, oh gosh, that smells so good. Oh gosh, that smells so good. I'll remember what I have in here in a second, and I'll go check, whatever. It is not crazy strong, I wouldn't say, on warm, but it is very present. It almost, has a masculine twist to it, but it's not super masculine. It's this really like gentle, I'm gonna get my wax. The winter, so like I said, winter linen is not my favorite laundry oil, but here they couldn't have picked a better laundry oil to mix. Holy moly. This ends up being this really like, it's so beautiful. Gentle, masculine, not super masculine, a touch masculine, because Black Sea to me is masculine. Like hug, laundry, fresh air, but like your dad's been there spending time with you and he gave you a really good hug or something. I mean, especially for what Connie like wrote, this is a tribute to her dad. It's beautiful. To me, this is a scent that you could melt in your house all year round just to feel fresh and clean, but not super fresh and clean, but cuddled, loved, supported. I don't know what else to say. It's a very loving scent, and it's so good. I will continue to buy this, and probably in larger amounts, because this is like a hug. So I love it. I love it. I also got a clam of just black currant absinthe. Sorry, you guys. Anyway, whatever. Sorry about the cough. This is so good. I love blackcurrant absinthe. I would be interested to know, Waxies, what your first impression of blackcurrant absinthe is when you smell it. It's, to me, it's just such a special oil. It's like I said, it's witchy. It's beautiful. It's like a juicy, witchy, earthy scent. Like I can almost smell like a, not dirt, but like earth to it. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. About a year ago, I made a scent called Blackberry Earth, I think, and it had blackcurrant absinthe, blackberry frankincense, which is a bomb oil from Kay's, and then I think it had like a blackberry violet scent in it or whatever. I only have a couple pieces of it left, but that one's really good, and this is the strongest one you get in that also. So anyways, I would just be interested to know if you've smelled this and what you think, because to me it's a really magical scent. I really like it. And then next one I got is Fallen Leaves. This is one of the oils I put in my haunted house season custom, but it's also just so good by itself. This, I don't know if any other vendor uses this oil, honestly. And this is one of the best fall oil scents, like fall oils, period. It's a little bit sweet, not sugary or bakery sweet. It's like if like actual fallen leaves could be somewhat sweet. And I want to say it's slightly spiced, but it's also not spiced. It's literally like if there was a pile of leaves next to a tree and the tree's wood was almost a little bit sweet. It's almost cashmere-y also. It's like creamy. I don't know, you guys. It's so good. It throws really well. This is beautiful as a base in fall blends, but it's also amazing by itself. I would highly suggest Fallen Leaves if you're, I don't even want to say a rustic. If you're just a fall scent lover, honestly, it's beautiful. I grabbed Christmas Lane because I got this in a sample and I really enjoyed it. And I thought, hey, I'll just get a clam of it ahead of time for the holidays. So this is definitely has Christmas tree in it, like pine and fir maybe. I don't know, it's a little bit balsamy. But there's a touch of mint in it, just a small touch. And I think that mint sometimes makes pine smell more balsamy to my nose. This one's more of, because I think the picture of Christmas Lane is like a bench in like a snowy clearing. And it's more of an outdoorsy, Christmassy mint vanilla tree scent. It's really pretty. This would be great. Like, I would add more mint to this, of course. It'd be great to add, like, apple cinnamon to, or, I mean, anything. But it's also really, once again, really pretty by itself. So I just wanted to get that just ahead of time for the holidays. I love tree scents, but also, like, they can give me a headache sometimes. So I don't buy a ton of tree scents because I know I won't melt them all the time. And then last two clams are two new scents, 2Ks. This first one is Red Currant and Ivy. And if I remember correctly, this is a Bath & Body Works type. And I don't ever remember seeing this at Bath & Body Works, but this scent is so familiar. The red currant in this is almost somewhat citrusy to my nose. This is more of a fun, like, enlivening, almost like it's a hot summer day and you have, like, maybe not quite super hot summer day, but you have the windows open and you're like cleaning your house with like, listen, I like house cleaner scents. So when someone says like a cleaner lemon, that's a good thing to me. This almost smells like something that you would buy that would smell good to clean your house with. That's a good thing to me. It is very fresh. Almost citrusy fresh, but I get what it means when it says red currant, because there's like a deepness to it, like a little deep twist to that. And then probably just because it says ivy, there's like something about this also reminds me of like us being a kid and deep cleaning the house. My mother, as a kid, had a lot, I mean, it was the 80s and 90s, guys, had a lot of fake plants in the house. And there's a certain smell to like fake ivy leaves that you have to dust off one by one. that have been sitting in the Arizona sun through the window because they're plastic and they're dusty and they're hot. There is a note of that in here, and it's not a negative. I mean, for me, it's a negative memory, but it's not a negative scent. This is a good scent. I guarantee if you're my age or older and you smell this, you are going to have deja vu of some sort. I like it. Not one I get a ton of, but I enjoy this. Sorry, that's a weird line, weird story, but there is definitely deja vu-iness to this. Okay, and then the one that I was actually most excited about to get as a single clam is a new oil decays, and it's Applewood Fire Needle. So I'm guessing if there's an Applewood note. Oh, Applewood Fir Needle. So sorry, guys. So I'm like, an apple scent with fur, like that sounds amazing to me. And it's fabulous. Once again, a scent that would be so good in a blend, but also amazing by itself. There is definitely like a nice, beautiful apple in here, but it's not super appley. I would say it's a little bit heavier on like the tree scent, but the tree scent also more centers around like almost the tree trunk to me. There's definitely a wood note to this, and a fir note, and an apple note. See, I think my nose this is more kind to my nose, but still holiday. Like, this is a perfect holiday scent right here. Yeah, it's apple, woods, and fir tree. This is beautiful. I don't think I would blend this with anything. That's going to be my Christmas scent. Just by itself. No blend. Oh, yep. Amazing. Love it. So that's it. That's my K's. I have a couple other... One other haul to... I am having a stroke. One other haul to record for you guys today. But that's my K's. It wasn't very big. I just wanted to try some of her new scents. Get backups of the tobacco cuts, and then 2 of my custom. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I will see you later. Bye.